其他再生怎么办呢？通通生下就弄死。所以我们外国人不懂，说你们中国搞计划生育引起人家虐杀婴儿。我告诉你，虐杀婴儿的事汉朝就有了，宋朝已经在福建已经大规模流行。
Okay, everybody, happy holidays. So let's continue our lesson today. So today's first character is 真. So 真 is means terrified. So this is kind of state that is panic stricken, and so it is a very sharp and intensive shock of terror, and then renders somebody stunned and breathless and speechless, that kind of thing. Okay, it's called 真. And so so this thing, you just basically rendering you like mind is become void, empty, and you can't feel, you can't think, you can't do anything. Okay, so that kind of state. This is called 真. Okay, now this thing is also a disease that diagnosis with by the Chinese medicine. Okay, Chinese medicine. It's basically related to its heart disease. Okay, so, because your heart that beats irregularly, things like that. Okay, so this is 真. Now this one has another pronunciation called 正. 正 is an adjective. Okay, is an adjective to describe that kind of condition. Okay, now when you say 真, that is a verb, but 正 is an adjective. Okay, so let's take a look at the character itself. So this one, you can see that it goes with the heart radical and the character of 正. Now 正 has the meaning of upright, just right, correct, sure, that kind of thing. Now this is another case that in Chinese they use a opposite character, opposite words to describe something. Okay, now this is actually saying that they wanted to correct that kind of condition. Okay, which means that is the heart is not in the proper position, not in a proper condition, but they wanted to correct it into a proper condition. Okay, so this is 真 and 正. Next one, 咒. Okay, so this one, the first character, let's take look at the 咒 first. Okay, those are the most common use. So 咒, 咒 means axis, shaft. Okay, so basically is that device that is a round big stick that allows the mechanics to rotate around it. So that kind of thing is called 轴. Okay, so English is axis, or shaft. Okay, and 轴, and also it's a measure, unit of measure for Chinese writings and paintings, in choreographies, things like that. Because in traditional China, they those things that they write onto a piece of paper and then they prepare it and then on one end there's a rod. So when you collect it, you roll it up, okay? And so they call them 轴, and it's a unit of measure to referring to these things, okay? Let's say, so yeah, so that's the character. Let's look at the character itself. So this one, it goes with the carriage radical, okay? And then on the right hand side is 油, okay? Now 油, this thing is actually not 油, it's 抽, okay? It's 抽 for short, okay? Now 抽 means that to pour it out and go it through. So, and you can see that these axes and rods and shafts are like that, right? You have to put through a bunch of holes and pull it out, right? And so yeah, that's why they use this thing to create that character to refer to that thing, okay? Now if you say it as 咒, that means 压轴. That means 压轴. 压轴 is means that if you have a show, okay, if you have a show, and then in the show they have a series of performances, right? And the last one is called 压轴戏, okay? The last one should be the best and the summit of the entire show, right? The pinnacle, the pinnacle of the entire show. And then in Chinese, and they call them 压轴戏, okay? So it's the same character but pronounced the same differently, okay? All right, so next one. Wait a minute. Go down over here. Hold on. How come it goes there? That's kind of strange. It's a little bit weird. It should go there. Sorry, it should not go there. I'm kind of, oh, that's probably is because a page left over some times ago. Sorry. So, all right, sorry about that. Next one should be this one. Okay. So, means startled, stunned, astounded. Okay. So 惊讶, in Chinese 惊讶. Okay. So it's a verb. Basically it's startled, stunned. Okay. So this one on the right hand side goes with the character of course, for sound. Now this you can see that you can see like the two mouses and a upside down man. Okay, so this is trying to describe the feeling of when you get stunned. Okay, so this is next one. Yeah. Yeah means surprised, be surprised. Okay, surprised. And 惊讶. Okay, 惊讶. Let's say this one goes with the talking radical and the 呀 on the right. Okay. Now this one, the original meaning of this thing is the original meaning is meeting your guest. That's the original meaning. Okay, meeting your guest, and welcome your guest. And that's why they use the 牙, because 牙, when you use your teeth, then you have to close your teeth, top teeth and bottom teeth, and you have to fit them properly, right? And meet them properly in order for them to function. And so that's why they use 牙 to to referring to meeting their guests. Okay, and so in China, Asian China, their there's a rule, their kind of cultural rule for called 礼仪, which it means basically a bunch of ceremonial rituals and rules. Okay, so for any social situation you can think of. Okay, so this is here is talking about that you when you are welcoming or meeting your guests, that you have to go through the proper ceremonial rituals, and so that's why they use ya, okay, to refer to that everything have to fit properly. Okay, so that's the original of meaning of this character, but this meaning of meeting your guests, this is not the meaning that the modern Chinese use this character for. Okay, the modern Chinese use this character only to express surprise. Okay, to express surprise. And all right. Okay, so next one. Cha. Okay, cha also be surprised. Okay, also be shocked, be surprised. Cha. Okay, cha ya. Cha ya. And so cha ya, ya cha is a Chinese word to say I'm surprised. Okay, let's take a look at the characters. So this one goes with the talking radical and zai. Okay, zai means residence. Okay, somebody's home. So this is I think is referring to the place where you got surprised. Okay, I feel like this is probably something to do with that your guest is somebody that you didn't invite for. Okay, so your friends or your relatives or some people that it just they just came up. Okay, and then you were surprised. I think that's probably what the what this what's happened for this these characters, the situation these characters describe. Okay, I think you can imagine like Asian times, not like nowadays. Nowadays the communication is I mean so advanced, right? So rendered into that it will consider very rude and inconsiderate and indecent even to just show up at somebody's doorstep and visit them. Okay, so you have to call them, or you have to send them text message, or somehow you have to get contacted, and agree on before you pay a visit to them. But in Asian time, that's not what's gonna happen, right? So a lot of time that probably people just go show up. Okay, so this is cha and ya. Next one, jing. Jing means only, mere, barely. Okay, nearly, close to. So almost, not exactly, but almost, or only, merely. Okay, that kind of meaning. Okay. So let's take a look at that. So this one goes with the person radical and the character of Jing. Okay, so you have to look at the traditional character. Okay, so that's Jing. Okay, now 从右 okay 景 景 okay now 景 of course 是表示声音 okay for sound but the simplified version they replaced the 景 with 右 okay now 景 has the meaning of only. Okay, only have this much. That's the Jing. Okay, and so put that character with the person radical together, so to express the meaning of the person, a person's capacity is limited, and only has so much. That's the meaning trying to convey. Okay, now the simplified version of Chinese character, they replaced the Jing with the character of Yu. Okay, now, but Yu has the meaning of what? Meaning of assistant, help. Okay, and so now this Yu is I'm talking about the other Yu, the right hand Yu. Okay, but in ancient times these two characters kind of interchange, and so they use that Yu to actually try to referring to say somebody needs help. Okay, so this is another way to try to express a single person's capacity is limited. Okay, and needs help, and okay, and so kind of little bit feel like convoluted, and because Jing only, and almost that these are abstract ideas. So how can you use a something that specific to refer to some kind of abstract idea, right? That task in itself is kind of difficult, correct? And so anyway, so this is Jing, okay. Next one, Gai. Gai means should, ought to, okay, should, ought to. Also, sometimes they use this as some way of emphasis, okay, emphasis, and they add that character to emphasize, okay. For example, 你该睡觉了. 你该睡觉了. That means to try to emphasize you should sleep now, okay. So 该 and let's say what else. 该 also here such, okay. So this is referring to such a person, such a unit or such a department, 该人该部门该国so such a country. So this is it's a 代词, okay. So that's another use. Let's take a look at the character. Talking radical with a character called hai. Hai. Now hai in ancient times, hai and jie is they use them interchangeably, and so now jie has the meaning of 戒律. That means some kind of ritual rules that you have to abide, and so this original meaning is actually the rules, regulations that in the military. Okay, that's the very original meaning of this character. So now later they use that to mean should and ought, okay, which makes sense. So this is 该. 姓 姓 is surname or family name, means surname or family name, okay. Now this one goes with the Go radical and a character 生, okay. Now 生 which means born, okay, which means born, or for plant is sprout, okay. This is called a 生, 生, and so put them together, that means that born from a woman. So basically that's what this thing trying to say, okay. Now so in China nowadays we call them 姓名, right? So what is your 姓名? Okay, so what is your name? But in China, in the Chinese culture, 姓 is first appeared. Okay, now Xin goes with the not the it's the maternal society. Okay, uh, so in the very ancient times, and there's no marriage basically. Okay, and so people only know exactly who were their mother. They can't really not sure who their father is, and so in terms of family, they go with the mother. Okay, and so for naming the kids, for naming people, so initially they go with the genealogy of the woman. Okay, and so that system is called Xing. Okay, so that's why here this character saying that a son is born from woman. Okay, so literally that's the character, what this character is trying to say. Okay, and so this is Xing. Next one, Wei. Wei means but, only. Okay, it's only one. Along, through, though, however, nevertheless. So you see, this is in a structure, in a sentence to describe a situation which is the opposite of what you just said. Okay, so this is Wei. Now this character, it used in Asian text very often, but in the modern Chinese, because we use different kind of character for that purpose, so this is less used in modern Chinese. But however, in modern Chinese, we still use a lot of like idioms, things like that from the traditional, Chinese language, and so this is still in use. Okay, it's got a Wei. Let's take a look at the character itself. So goes with the hard radical, and on the right hand side is zui. Now zui is bird. Okay, so zui, literally this is, and you can look at the character. Okay, it looks like a bird. Okay, so those things are actually representing the bird's wings. So this Wei is literally means bird, means and so this is talking about your thought is quick, fast, witty. Okay, like birds flying. Okay, and so this is they're trying to say, because this character, another meaning of this is actually thought. Okay, 思维, actually referring to people with thinking. Okay, thinking, thought. Okay, and so let's see, and of course another second meaning is mean that abstract idea of only, however, nevertheless, that kind of thing. Okay, next one, Wu. Wu means wild duck, mallard. Okay, wild duck means wild duck. Okay, and so yeah, it basically is wild duck. So this one, you can see that now the wild duck is a birds in the water, right? Birds in the water, and in this thing you can see there's a bird's radical on the bottom. Okay, and then the wu means wu character on the top. Okay, now wu has that character on the top has meaning of strong. Okay, strong, and so this is trying to say that these wild ducks, this mallard, they can survive in pretty cold conditions, and they can live on the water and on the land, and so they are pretty tough. So that's trying to say over here. Okay, and So this is 物. Now the most common words for this character is 趋之若鹜. 趋之若鹜. So that means that there's some popular thing that people are all chasing it, like a wild duck. All gather together and go for some food. Things like that. Okay. This is 物. Next one, 窝. Now 窝 means nest, so birds nest. Okay. Not only birds but also some other animals. So fossa, coat, cave, den, hiding place, and so originally means it means for nest or coat of animals, but also later they refer to hiding places for people. Okay. And so this is 窝. Okay. Some other meanings has, for example, like band. Okay, band something is also called 窝. Okay, so those are like some dialect, some region of China they say it that way. Okay. So this is 窝. Another reason of this is means 窝囊. 窝囊. That means that so it means you can find the opportunity to do the best of your talents or your ability or your potential. Okay. And you feel like you were banded by the circumstances, and you just cannot do your best. Okay, this is called a 窝. Let's take a look at that. So this one it goes with the K radical on top. You see, K radical on top and 哇 okay on the bottom. So this 哇 character, that means 哇 means the entrance is not very proper. Okay, that's what this 哇 means. So with the cave together, so which means try to refer into that those nests and coat and caves that those animals built, they're not perfect, right? They're not perfect. Oftentimes their entrance is some kind of crooked. So that's why they try. This is what they're trying to say with this character. Okay. And so basically this is talking about birds, animal, or people's dwelling or hiding place. Okay, so called a 窝. Next one, 暖. 暖 means warm or warm up. Okay, means warm or warm up. Also means 紧聊. Okay, so means that try to say to make somebody feeling very comfortable and friendly, that kind of thing. Okay. It's called a 窝 called 暖就是暖心窝他是一个很暖的人. Okay, so you can say it that way. Let's take a look at that. So this one goes with the sun radical, of course, right? So because they talk about warm and warm up. Okay, and then on the right hand side is the character of 元. Now 元, of course, for sound. Now 元 has the meaning of attract. Okay, of pull, attract, draw, that kind of meaning. Okay, and so this is means that to refer to that kind of emotional state that happen, has to be by attraction. Okay, not by pushing, right? Okay, so this is 暖. Next one, 禽. 禽 means beasts or birds or beasts. Okay, 晴. Now this is kind of a little strange. So this character you have to decide it within the context. Okay, so sometimes it actually referring to it's the general calling for both birds and beasts. Okay, but in some contexts it only refers to birds. Okay, so you have to decide in the context of whatever you're referring to, you're reading. Okay, 晴. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. So this one you can see that the oracle bone character. So you can see like this is what? This is basically a birds catching net tool. Okay, and literally it's a picture of that. Okay, now, yeah, so okay, so later on they add a character 金 to representing its sound. Okay, so the 金 on the top, you see that right here on the top, 金, and bottom is still that tool, bird catching tool. Okay, and now you can see that why this is referring to birds. Okay, it's a general name referring to birds, any kind of birds. Okay, next one, 会. 会 means the last day of a lunar month. Okay, last day of a lunar month. Called 会. The first day is called 朔. Okay, 会. Now, because it's the the lunar moon, lunar month. It goes with a cycle, right? So the first day of the month, the moon is a new moon. Okay, so it is a very little moon that is lit up. Okay, and now, but the moon gonna be more and more and brighter, right? But at the end of the month, the moon is going darker and darker, right? And so the last day of month is the moon is the darkest. Okay, has little reflections, and so that's why this character also means what? Means dark, means obscure, means gloomy, means unclear. Make sense? Okay. And so this is because it's the last of the month. It's the trend is going darker and darker, unclear, more and more unclear, and this is the last day, which is the worst day, and so therefore it's this character also referring to unlucky, unfortunate, that kind of meaning. Okay, makes sense. So let's say look at the character itself. So this one you can see goes with the sun radical. Okay, sun radical. And why sun, not moon? Well, this is because we're talking about calendars. We're talking about counting days. Okay, that's why. And on the right hand side is May. Okay, May. And so this May is 表示 it's the very last day of the month. Okay, right, makes sense. Next one, 朔. 朔, I just said this is the first day of the month. Okay, new moon, first day of month, north. Okay, so that kind of meaning, right? And let's take a look at the character. So this one, you can see 朔, 从逆. So this one goes with the ni character on the left. Now ni has the meaning of 迎就是 meet, like meet somebody, face on, that kind of meaning. Okay, and so this is because this is the first day of the month. The new moon starts. Okay, and the new moon starts, right? And so on that day, actually you can't see the moons because the moon is, the lit up side is complete on the opposite side. Okay, so you basically can't see the moon, and that's the first day of the month. Okay, and that's why they say the ni. Okay, so this is because the opposite cycle starts. Okay, so sure. Let's take a look at how many characters we still have to go through. Sure. Okay, 2 more. Wang. Now, Wang means flourishing, prosperous, vigorous. Okay, that's the meaning. 手兴盛盛 So basically, this is like everything's so well, everything's growing, everything booming, everything flourishing. Everything's growing. It's just things getting better. Okay, so this is called a Wang. Take a look at the character. So this character, you can see that goes with the sun, which makes sense. And then a Wang, okay? The character of Wang. Let's look at the original character, the traditional character. Wang has the meaning of go there, okay? Or arrive there, okay? That's the meaning, okay? So which means and that meaning, that Wang and go with the sun, so together, which means the warmth and the sunlight, the light of the sun, okay, the warmth, the heat and the light of the sun arrive. Okay, so basically trying to say that that's the place where the heat and light of the sun hit, arrived. Okay, and you can see that, and what's happening, like where places that has plenty of sunlight, and if it just happened that there are plenty of water too, then this place will have plenty of life. Okay, either animal life and vegetation will be growing, like flourishing, right? And so that's what this character trying to say over here. Okay, but the traditional the simplified character, they replaced the Wang character with Wang. Okay, with the Wang. Now, Wang has the meaning of major things, kings, right? And so, which also kind of makes sense, because this is trying to describe like prosperity, fortunate, things like that. Next one. Xi. Xi is night tide. Night tide is Xi. Morning tide is called Chao. Okay, Chao Xi. Chao Xi then means both night tide and morning tide. Xi is okay. And so let's take a look at least this one goes with the water, obviously. And then on the right hand side is Xi. Now Xi, if you look at the old character, it looks like the new moon. Okay, looks like a new moon. And so this is the new moon and the water together. So it's trying to describe night tide. Okay, so this is Xi. Take a look at these 2 lines. 手正恶亚差. Okay, so this is all describe a different type of surprise. 井该信为, this thing is, I don't know, not really has true meanings, okay? 物窝暖情, 物窝暖情. Well, this is talk about 物 is mallard and white duck. 窝 means nests. 暖 is warm. 情 means all the birds. 会朔望西, 会朔, now that's the first day of the month and the last day of the month. 望 means flourishing, prosperous. 西 means nighttide. Okay. Thank you very much. That's it for today, and happy holidays.